guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be filming a Q&A get to know me video for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you that do know me, hopefully you guys get to know me on a deeper level. Thank you to everybody that submitted in questions. I am so excited to answer some of these questions. Let's get into it. What is your plan for 2020? Honestly, this year I'm so excited for, because even though we're already in March, I'm saying I'm so excited for because, hold on. Because this is the first year I allow myself to take a breather. Ever since I was like 16, I've always worked multiple jobs and gone to school and done so much. And this is the first year in my life that I'm allowing myself to pump the brakes and just be easy on myself and enjoy life. So I'm honestly so excited for that. Don't get me wrong, I still want my business to continue to grow. Hopefully YouTube also grows, and I'm going to continue working at the club. How did you start being a bottle girl? Do you need clout? Honestly, the way that I got into the industry, one of the promo companies, they actually reached out to me. They messaged me on Facebook, and they said, hey, this is what it entails. This is about how much you would make a night. Is this something that you would be interested in? And I was like, well, yeah, why not? Let's try it. And then my first night came, and I was so nervous. I was like, what am I gonna ask for? What am I gonna do? Like, I don't know anybody here. I had never been out there. It was like somewhere I had never been. I had never heard of that venue. Like, I knew nothing or anyone, but everybody was super nice. Everybody was super cool, and I ended up loving it. I don't think you need clout. I think if you're interested in getting into the industry, you should definitely network and just kind of put the word out there that that's something that you're interested in doing, and networking, going out. I used to go out a lot, so I think maybe that's why. Maybe that helped. You look for in a genuine guy. I don't. Just wanted to tell you that I love your body, and I'm glad you did not go through with the BBL. Thank you so much. Honestly, everybody that reached out and said like nice things about me not doing my surgery means the world, because I was honestly going through some shit the past few days. I was like super anxious, like, why didn't you do it? Like, ugh, you're such an idiot. You should have just gone through with it. Like, you were already there. You already had paid your deposit. You had, especially because after that I did gain a few pounds. When I'm like, I ended up just wilding out in Miami with my mom and eating out every day and not working out. But you know what, it is what it is, and I'm happy with where I am. What part of Mexico are you from, or your parents? Do you wish to have more kids? Well, funny you ask. My mom is from Puebla, my dad was from Guanajuato, and I do not have any kids. All those little munchkins that you guys see in my Snapchats or pictures, those are my nieces and nephews. I have a million of them, and I love them with all my heart. So I don't have any kids. I know I always get told, like, you're a bad mom, you're always traveling. Like, yeah, I'm such a bad mom to my non-existent kids, you weirdos. Anyways, moving on. If a guy spanks you, does Maria feel it? I love this question so much. So Maria is my twin sister. I'm a twin for those of you that don't know me. So that is freaking hilarious. And I hope not, because if not, she's feeling some shit at night. But no, that's not how twinship works. That's my plan. Do you prefer money or looks? Money. Duh. What kind of question is that? I always go for ugly guys. Looks are, if you're funny, you're funny. I'm not a gold digger, guys. I always play around like I am, but I'm really not. Like, I make my own money. I've never needed anything from anyone. I come from a family of independent ass women. I'm one out of 6, all girls. My mom was a single mom. I've never needed anything from a man. As long as you can make me laugh and you can make me feel safe, solid. Anyways, okay. Would you rather learn a new foreign language or sign language? Probably both. Spanish was my first language. I didn't learn English until I was like 11 or 12. And then I took 4 years of French. So believe it or not, I like to think I'm pretty. Sign language, that would be really dope to learn sign language. How did you grow up? This is such a vague question. I hate vague questions like this. I don't know what do you mean. Like, did I grow up in a house or in a shack, or like, was I raised by wolves or a human? Like, I don't know what you mean by that. I grew up, I just mentioned earlier, I was brought up in a family of 6. I say 7, but my oldest sister, she passed away. I actually never got to meet her, so technically I say 6 because it's 6 of us. I have a twin sister, and I have 5 older sisters, and I lied, 4 older sisters. Man, I'm so bad. Sometimes I'm literally like, how many sisters I have? 1, 2, 3, because it's too many of us. And I have a mom, I had my dad, and when he was here, we enjoyed him all we possibly could, and I've had a good life. I don't know how to answer that. First time drinking. Okay, well, let me be clear on this one as I take a sip of my drink. I had drank before this, but this was my first time getting drunk, I think. If I'm lying to you guys and you guys remember, if you guys partied with me back in the day, please refresh my memory. But I think this was it. And it was not a good experience. So I remember I was like I was in 12th grade. I was a senior. I was about to graduate, and like my mom was so strict on me. Like she was super strict. Like I never got to go to any even of the school dances. Like I barely got to make it to prom, and that's because like my boyfriend at the time and his parents had to beg my mom to let me go. But I had to be there. Like I left prom early, and he like stayed because I had a curfew. Like that's how strict my mom was. So whatever. I really wanted to go out. No, I remember I was like I had broken up with my boyfriend. Like I literally pulled up to his house, and I was like I want to break up with you. And then I was with my best friend. I was like I had just dyed my hair blonde. Like I was the baddest bitch alive. So I was like, we're gonna go out. I don't care if I get in trouble, we're gonna go out tonight. I have a twin sister, like I had mentioned, and she's like a goody two shoes. So the only way my mom would ever let me go out is if she went with me, and I'd be like, me and Marita, if we're complete opposites, we never had the same friends. I could never drag her to parties with me, and vice versa, you know? But she had this little friend, and they were like gonna go out on their own. Like she had a boyfriend at the time, and their boyfriends were friends. So like perfect. Like we'll convince mom that we're gonna go to like a friend's house or something. And mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Thing is that we used to share a car back in the day, me and my sister. So she's like, since you guys are gonna be drinking and partying, we'll drop you guys off, and then we'll go do our thing, and we'll come back and pick you guys up. Cool, whatever. They drop us off. These douchey guys from our high school, and so whatever, we start drinking, we're playing a drinking game, whatever. The guy's there with his girlfriend, and it's like their anniversary. Guy, his girlfriend, and then like other people, and then like another guy that went to high school with, his brother and his girl cousin. My best friend Ale, she had spilled her drink all over herself. I'm like, you borrow some basketball shorts, let's just put your clothes in the dryer. There, and we're like, okay, cool, like where's your dryer? And then right then and there, he tries to make a move, not on one of us, but on the both of us. He tries to shove his tongue down our throat, and we're like, ew, what the fuck is wrong with you? So right then and there, we're like, we need to go. Like, these people are weirdos. So I'm blowing up my sister, like, do you need to come pick us up right now? But granted, I don't know if she's asleep or what, because it was already like late, you know? So I'm like freaking out, and then they were like, we'll give you our guys a ride home, and I'm like, hell no, I'm not getting in a car with you guys. Like after this shit, I'll wait right here for my sister to come pick me up. Like, you guys can't be here anymore. I'm like, that's fine, I'm waiting outside, I'm not going back in. And guys, it was his guy cousin. I hadn't mentioned him in the story yet, but he was super cool, and he was like, come on, like please, like I'll make sure nothing happens to you guys, like you guys will be good, whatever, like I'll make sure we just take you guys home. I'm like, no, you don't understand, I can't get home without my sister, like I'll get in trouble. We get in the car, and then the girl, the cousin, she is like driving, and she's like, I don't know why you guys invite these dumbass bitches, like they always want to start so much drama. I have shit to do in the morning, I got court to go to in the morning. Like, who's a dumbass bitch? I've never one to hold my tongue. I'm like, first of all, these dumbass bitches don't even want to be in here. I'm like, you guys were more than welcome to leave us a long fucking time ago because we don't want to be in this. So she's like, wait till we get off this car, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm like, bitch, we don't gotta wait. So I literally, it was like a 3-row car. I was in the back, I went over like this, and my best friend who was in the second one, I just popped the shit out of. After I hit her, oof, big mistake. First of all, big mistakes. You should never put your hands on anybody, but for the record, I was like 16 and intoxicated. I wouldn't do some shit like that now, unless a bitch tried me. Yeah, so then the guy turns around, he's like, don't you dare fucking put your hands on my cousin, grabs me by my head and starts slamming me against the car window. And mind you, they took our phones from us. Thankfully, my best friend Ale was smart enough to like sneak her phone, so she's like texting my nephew Ray, that's actually older than me. He's like we're in the same grade or whatever. So she's like, dude, like this guy's being crazy, he took Sophie's phone and like he's hitting her. And they're like, where are you? She's like, I don't know, we're trying to like look out the windows of the car to see like what streets we're on. And we remembered the address that we were at, so we're like, we're just leaving there. And mind you, it was snowing so bad outside. I had just broken up with my boyfriend earlier that day, Ray, and Ray called my boyfriend at the time, or my ex-boyfriend that I had just broken up with, and was like, hey, this is going on with Soph, like we need to go find her. So sure enough, them and their other boy, by a miracle of God, find us. He sees me getting out the car, and I didn't even get a chance to say shit. My boyfriend and Ray come, and they're like, who the fuck put their hands on Soph? Ali's like, it was him, it was him, it was him. Dude, my boyfriend just grabs him, and Ray just starts beating the shit out of him. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like trying to get to the car, like sliding all over the place because it's like slush in the streets. So I'm just like, just leave him, let's just fucking go, please, like let's just go. Kids, don't drink. And if you do, don't do it with creeps that you don't know. Oh my god, I was such an idiot. What is the craziest thing you've seen working at a club? Listen, I see a lot of crazy shit on the daily at the club, but I think the craziest thing was this one guy was just sitting on the edge, and we're bringing out bottles, and he's like directly in front of me, and I just see him fall. Oh shit. I just see him fall completely. Like, he was so drunk that he probably didn't even notice that he was falling because he didn't even try to put his hands. He fell face first, slashed his entire thing open. His eyelid was just hanging off of his face. And I think that was the craziest thing. Oh! One time, this guy fell asleep taking a shit at the club that I was working at. And dude, he was like a big guy, like a huge big guy. So security was like trying to get him clothed and stuff. But, you know, he was like all shitted on and stuff, I think. So they literally had to like carry him out like that. So everybody saw his little dick and ass. That was another thing I think I saw. But yeah. And that's not at the club I work at now, guys, for the record. Where is your dad? My dad is in heaven. We had a car accident when we were on vacation in Mexico when I was about 6 years old. And unfortunately, he didn't make it. I miss him dearly. And worst date you ever had? Give us the tea. I'm gonna give you guys the tea on this one, but I told y'all I was gonna need a drink. Okay, so this was a few years back, and ever since then I've been traumatized. I do not date. I do not go on any first dates with people I do not know. Long story short, I met this guy. Like, he seemed like a good guy. He had a regular job. He wasn't you know, everything else that I'm used to. So I was like, okay, let's go. He picks me up from my house with flowers and everything, like super sweet, in the car, and he like tries to reach for my hand, and I'm like, this is the first date, like, don't touch me. But he did it so that he could see my nails, and he was like, we need to take you to get your nails. And I was like, if I don't have my nails done, sweetie, it's because I don't want. Fine, you want to take me to get my nails done? Be my guest. Like, I barely like to go with my friends because half the time you don't even get to sit by them, so they're just staring at you from the corner awkwardly as fuck. So I'm getting them done, and he's just like staring at me from over there, like all cheesy, and he was like wanted to pick the nail cut, like do boyfriend things on a first date, and I was just like, you really want a girlfriend? He gave me that vibe, you know? So then after that we go to dinner, and he was like, the conversation wasn't the greatest. Like, he was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, well, I don't know, like, I'm still figuring out. There's a lot of things I want to be. There's a lot of things I want to do. I can't just narrow it down to one. Said, well, I want to be a philanthropist. Like, I feel like he was just waiting for me to ask that question. I was like, well, what are you doing towards that? And he was like, well, right now, like, I work at T-Mobile. Like, he was just one of those people that I feel like had a script, and if it didn't go like the way he had it scripted in his mind and he had planned, he didn't have an answer. And I hate people like that. Like, be real. Like, let shit flow. So I was like, all right, whatever. This is so weird, but whatever. And he had already bought us tickets to go see G-Eazy. Whatever, that was it. He was being nice. He was just kind of dorky, but whatever, he was nice. Then get a few drinks in him, and he starts like being a total chatterbox, and I'm just like bored. Cause I'm a heavyweight. Like, I will outdrink any guy that I've dated. I can outdrink. I shouldn't be part of that. Fuck, but whatever. So I'm just like, And then we get to G-Eazy, and by that time I was like so over him and his conversation. But I didn't want to be mean because I'm not a mean person. Like, I'm really polite. Like, we'll go about our night after that. Thank you. So that's the way I saw it. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a bitch. Like, you already bought these tickets. Like, what's the worst that can happen? So we get to the G-Eazy thing. We're not even all the way inside yet when he's asking people if we make a cute couple. He's asking people to take pictures of us. He's posting these pictures, being like, bro, no, I just met you. He's trying to hold my hand. Like, he's really trying to act like he's my boyfriend. Like, he's convincing himself he's my boyfriend right now. And I'm just like, and I'm not like that. Like, I'm not a mushy person like that. Like, unless you're my man and I'm like in love with you and I want to live inside your skin. Other than that, like, ooh, don't touch me. I was just kind of making friends with other girls. Like, we're to the bathroom. I'm like, girls, come hang out with me. Like, I don't want to be over here. So thankfully I made friends, and that was kind of making my night go a little bit easier. And then towards the end, I'm like, you know what? Like, this guy isn't getting the hint. I'm trying to be nice. So I'm just going to try and get my own Uber home. He looks like he's kind of drunk. So I'm trying to sneak out when he catches my ass. And I'm like, I was just looking for you. And he's like, do you want to get going? Like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm really tired. I have to work in the morning. Like, let's just go. And so he's like, okay, like, let's go grab the car. So we go. And the whole time he was doing too much. Like, he kept asking me, like, well, what did I do wrong? Like, what's wrong? Like, am I going to be able to see you? And I'm like, can you just relax? Can we just worry about getting home? Like, please? So whatever. And then he kind of gets pissed off that I'm not answering him. Like, he gets pissed off. Like, he's like, oh, really? Okay. And he just like turns up the music, refuses to talk to me, starts driving super fast. And I'm like, you have precious cargo in the car, my man. Do not try driving like that with me in here. So I was just checking him like, hey, like, do you mind just slowing down a little bit, like turning the music down a little bit, like we have a far drive. And he was like, but he, at this point he was like mad. I was like, okay, weirdo. And so we're driving and I'm just kind of on my phone like, I just want this ride to be over, like, this is why I don't go on dates, you know. And we are at a red light and I'm like, okay, green light. He doesn't say anything and he doesn't go, and I'm like, the light turned green, like, can you go? And he doesn't go. So I finally turn around. Bro, he is passed out behind the wheel, like knocked the fuck out. You need to wake up. And I'm like hitting him, like pushing him, everything to wake him up. Dude, it's not happening. So I'm like, you know what, like, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm like, I need to take care of myself. I literally walked out of the car. Thank God that there was a BP like right there in the corner. So I just walked over there and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is why I do not date. Like, I will never go on a date again. Mark my words. I'm calling myself an Uber from there. And I was like in the car crying because I'm a crybaby. I cry for everything. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just had the worst date ever. Like, you don't understand. Like, this man literally almost killed me. She was like the sweetest lady. She was giving me like mom vibes. So she was like, ¿qué quieres escuchar? And I'm like, girl, give me the aux. Me and her jammed to Amanda Miguel the whole ride home. And I was like, I'm not going on any dates ever again. Wow, that really fucking happened. Okay, moving on. Let me take another sip because that was intense. Any crushes on any famous artists or actors? I used to have the world's biggest crush on Jesus Mendoza. He's so cute to me. His songs were so cute to me. That's when I was younger. I think I was like maybe 21, 22. And I was like obsessed with him. You know, like I would follow him on Facebook and everything. And he was coming to my hometown of Belgium. And I was like, oh my God. And it was for my birthday. So I told my friends, like, guys, we are getting a fucking front row table. So we did. And sure enough, he pulled me, my best friend, on stage. And we were dancing with him. And I get on stage and I'm like looking down on him. And I was like, I'm gonna head out. He was so cute though. Don't get me wrong. I love your music so. But yeah, he was way too short for me. Describe yourself in 3 words and why. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Why do you only fuck with chubby or bicep niggas? Because that's my type. I told you that's what happened when I tried to date a skinny guy. That doesn't work for me. No, I need to feel secure. I need to feel safe. And I need to be comfortable to say my man's going to carry me out the club if I get blacked out on my birthday. Are your necklaces custom made? Yes, some of them are. So like all my name necklaces are custom made, but I also have some jewelry in stock that is ready just to be ordered. That doesn't have to be pre-ordered. So check out my page, Sofia's Jewels, on Instagram. Have you had any surgeries? Yes, I have. I got my boobs done in March of 2018. So my boob anniversary is coming on March 11th. It's going to be 2 years that I got my boobs done. And that's the only surgery I've ever had. What's bottle service like? What do you like about it? I love bottle service. I don't think it's for everybody. But I love it. Like, I'm a very outgoing person. I was already always at the clubs, you know? So I'm like, if I can get paid to do this, shit, let's go. But you do have to be a very outgoing person. You have to have tough skin and you have to be comfortable. Like, you have to be comfortable with talking to people. You have to be comfortable with high intense situations. And I love the fact that I get to go out. I love the fact that I get to dress up. I love the fact that I get to socialize. Like, I love that. The negatives are that you do take a lot of that energy home. So sometimes sometimes you're not feeling it. Sometimes you don't want to be around people and you don't want to be at the club and you have to pull through and you still have to put a big old smile and be happy. And I love my job, especially the place that I work at now. I'm so happy there. And yeah. Does money matter in a relationship? Yes. Does money matter does money matter in a relationship? Duh, money matters in everything. Like, again, I'm not a gold digger, but listen, if I have a job, you better have a job. If I'm making this much, you better be making that much and then some. Because not that I'm a gold digger, but honestly, like, it's facts. Men make more money in this country than women. I think anywhere in the world. They have more opportunities and it's just facts. Like, it's based on history. Yeah, women, we're fighting to get there and we'll keep fighting. And ladies, to my boss bitches, yes, good for you girls. But I mean, realistically, it's like, if you have 2 arms, 2 legs, and you're as healthy as I am, baby, there's no reason for you not to be where I'm at, if not better. And that's that. Who did your boob job? What was your experience like? Getting mine done in a year and I'm very nervous. I did my boob job at Aesthetics Institute of Chicago and it was Dr. Sherba. Shout out Dr. Sherba for my boobs. Um, and my experience was honestly super easy. Like I was in on a Saturday morning, like at 8 a.m. in Rosemont, which is like 30 minutes from home, and I was back in my bed by noon. It was super easy. The procedure took like 20 minutes. For those of you wondering, I did do high profile saline, but again, I didn't do any boob lift or anything like that. So I've heard that those can be really hard recovery. So if you're doing something like that, I wish you the best of luck because I know that those incisions are bigger and the recovery is a little bit tougher. Love your lashes. Any recommendations on lash techs? I wear strip lashes, thank you, but I do definitely recommend Jazz at All Jazzed Up. If you guys are in the Humboldt Park, Wicker Park area, I definitely recommend her. Until what age do you think you'll be a bottle server? They're gonna have to drag me out that club. I'm not retiring. They gotta retire me. I don't know. There's girls in the industry girls and guys that are in industry that are 10 years older than me and still doing just fine. So I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. I don't see any reason to. Your favorite trip? I love you. Ali, I love you so much too. Ali's my little cousin from Mexico. I honestly, not to be cheesy or anything, but the favorite trip I've ever taken was when I went to go visit you guys last. I had such a blast. I went to go visit my family in Celaya for a few days, and it was so nice. It was such a nostalgic feeling. I hadn't been there as an adult ever, I don't think, and I had so much fun. I taught my aunts how to play Flippy Cup. We got all wasted and partied till the sunrise, and I learned so much about my dad. They told me so many stories that they wouldn't tell me as kids until now that I'm an adult, and it was so nice. Like I felt his presence a lot during that trip, so that was an amazing trip for me for that reason, and I miss you guys very much. Expect me soon. I think that's a good note to end on. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.